Every minute of the hour. Every minute of the hour. 24/7. Hot and heavy. Pro Flow Radio. Pro Flow for Show. The Pro Flow for Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, your DJ for tonight has spent hours setting up his lights. He's spent ages performing sound checks, and he's refrained from touching the buffet. Yet, he's keeping reasonably sober and is prepared to play just about anything you care to ask for. Get ready for a very special night and party celebration.
Pro Flow for Show. Wireless phone interview feature presentation. Pro Flow for Show. Pro Flow for Show. Pro Flow for Show.
Check this out.
Yeah, Raekwon, the one and only, the legendary. I'm talking about, like, never will be another, never will be anything come close to what you've been able to bring to the scene out of New York, correct?
No doubt.
New York, right?
You know
okay, no doubt. No doubt. You know, specifically, I was wanting to talk to you about the Cuban Linx project. Cuban Linx project, as you know, is very successful around the world on many different levels and charts. It's good on both sides, the production as well as, of course, the lyricism, which you've been doing for a long time, man. How did you come up with the idea to put such a project together?
It came out September 09, and you know, we got a great look on it, man. And you know, a lot of people is, you know, considering me one of the dudes that did something hot again. So good.
Right. Yeah, it's extremely relevant, man. Like, I read some of the reviews about it. People from all over the world were just stunned by what you've been bringing, you know, in production and the literary sense that you put in there and how smooth it is. It's got a theme, and you know, it's a very classic project that never will disappoint once we put it.
Right?
Never that, man. I don't think that's possible, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm still listening to Cream, you know what I'm saying? Like, this best thing I've ever heard, you know what I'm saying? For real. So,
that's what's up.
Great.
That's what's up.
Definitely, man.
Well, you know, all that stuff really come from, like, life stories, life experiences, growing up in the urban neighborhoods, and you know how it be. You know, you're surrounded by nothing but drugs and guns and, you know, just that kind of life. So at the end of the day, though, we kind of like really just talking about everything that we've been through and we've seen. And, you know, I incorporated that around my hip-hop and around the favorite guys that I love in the game. You know, that had a lot to do with it as well. It was like a gumbo effect for me. Growing up listening to Run DMC, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. You know, these is my forefathers at the time I was growing up. At the same time as still being surrounded around the drug life and, you know, stuff like that. So when it was time for me to do my thing, that was the only thing I was really able to bring to the table that I felt, you know, people accept is, you know, me just talking about my street experiences.
Now, I remember my first time actually, like, really being overwhelmed by, you know, the way you were presenting yourself. It was off of the Murder Music album. And the single track was the Instinct I felt with. And I'd never heard a person, like, I was familiar with the group Wu-Tang, of course, but I'd never really heard the poetic type of acrobat, the way he was, you know, spitting on the track. And it was just like total control over the wordplay. Now, was this something that was just given to you over time, or you know, was it just like from day one?
I've been around MCs like for a long time, you know what I mean, just from in the neighborhood to being around 9 strong individuals, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I just started getting better as I go on, though, but I always had the passion for writing. I think it just comes from me just, you know, being a lyricist and listening to a lot of great lyrical cats, you know what I mean? Once you start adjusting yourself to listening to a certain individual's flow or a certain individual's style, you know, it kind of like brushes off on you. So, like I was telling you earlier, them forefathers right there, along with brothers in my neighborhood that was hot as well, that I felt could have had a deal too. These was my pioneers that I feel like at the end of the day gave me the torch. So I would listen to them every day and be like, you know, I was infatuated by that, let's say, you know, lyrics. Now I gotta make lyrics. You know, and RZA being a lyrical cat itself, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, one thing about lyrics is, like, we always look at it like who could say the most different shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, that was always something in the back of my head that I wanted to let people know is like I will come different, but still come lyrical, say something that you would never think, you know, a cat could put it in them kind of words to say. So that was always kind of my way of getting my point across.
You guys seem to do it well. It seems like a healthy competition because you guys are still creating the music and dominating doing it, you know, and still inspiring each other to do it as you're doing it. Definitely. You mentioned RZA's name. I know he's been in a lot of production for you. Was he one of the major producers on the Cuban Linx projects?
Absolutely, it was him that, you know, that came to understanding what, you know, what kind of chamber that I was bringing to the table, and he knew that was what I needed to be able to get where I had to go. Because he, you know, even from my first rhyme, "Protect Your Neck," we took him out, you know, the way I make the crowd go wild, 16 shots, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You know, take your assets. Like, you know, he knew that my style was fresh off the block as far as, you know, being around that kind of environment of selling drugs and, you know, just being a tough guy, but not being a tough guy, but being a tough guy. You know how it go, you know what I mean? You're in the neighborhood, you're selling drugs, and it's all about respect and about power, you know what I mean? So he felt that in my my lyrics and knew that was the chamber that I would have been great at doing.
Definitely, man. You got any like current projects that you're working on at this time?
Yeah, well, we're working on a new album called Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang. This is the next album coming after Cuban Linx that I've been working on. Okay. And, you know, this is going to be a powerful record. This is something that I talked about a couple of years back that I owed the people that I was going to do. And, you know, I just want to give them what I told them I was going to give them. This is going to be a great album. It's going to have like 14, 15 joints maybe of nothing but hard woo with a couple of major guests that I feel like people is really going to respect how we do this this project right here. So that's coming out soon. And, you know, like I said, the CNN project, they about to come out, War Report 2. Get ready for that. That's going to be coming in June.
I heard one of the singles already, I think.
Yeah, they got a joint called Thug Planet right now. Yeah. It's doing real great, you know what I mean? You know, and like I said, overall, just about keeping moving. So we in a great space right now.
Now, your label, Ice H2O.
Yeah.
Well, was that the label that brought together all the Wu Gambinos for the album as well?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. This is a branch from me. This is a branch from me away from Wu-Tang and really start my own corporation and my own company that basically allows me to, you know, give other talented people an opportunity to come into my corporation and work. You know what I mean?
Okay, definitely. So the Ice H2O is not just about your music, but the endeavors of upcoming artists.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? That's very important for me because it's like, you know, I'm into putting other people on and giving them a shot. And I've done that before through plenty of my albums, you know, as far as producers and, you know, lending a helping hand with certain artists that's coming up. So why not start your own company, your own label, and, you know, start getting a lot of people to see that you can help them as well, too, you know? I mean, I'm working with this young female from out of Australia. Her name is Christine Eva. I got an 11-year-old guy named Little Just, you know what I mean, which is going to come in with the young cats, you know, as his age, you know, and drop some jewels on them. You know what I mean? I got an R&B cat named Trouble Man that I've been working with, too. That he's dealing with nothing but like neo soul, like R&B. So we kind of got a round situation, and also too, I can't forget CNN right now, which is, you know, the legendary CNN from Queens.
On the Noriega, right?
Yeah. So between these groups right here, we kind of like got a lot of work ahead of us that we got to do. But I believe that everybody is successful as long as they willing to work as hard, you know.
Definitely, man. I see Capone Noriega, they've been doing that grind for a minute. They hitting the underground hard, man. I see them out there all the time, like all in the spotlight, for real. That's what's up. You guys have a website for the particular Ice H2O?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? They could get in touch with me, you know what I mean, through the Twitters, Raekwon Icewater, you know. You could get in touch with us on Icewater Inc. Records, you know what I mean?
Definitely, man.
There's a couple of different places they can contact us, though. Anybody that want to know about Raekwon, they could definitely know.
Right. That they don't know, man. But I mean, if you know hip hop, you know Raekwon. You help to mold hip hop into the art that it is. It's not just about spitting; it's about presenting yourself and your life. And you guys definitely do that very well.
Appreciate it.
I'm from Ohio, so consider Midwest, consider East Coast by some, it's whatever. Consider up north, but we definitely know Wu-Tang and which you guys have provided to our listening pleasure, man. Now, I know your career is not, I wouldn't say, I mean, you could say the overnight success because life's like a blink of an eye, but you've been putting in work for a long time, man. What was like the hardest thing to overcome in this whole pursuit?
I think just the dedication and, the passion, just really holding on to it and really just keeping the family together, throughout all the glamour and gold. It kind of when you get more successful, some people change who they are and, they don't have the same drive as they had when they was doing their thing back then. So I just wish we would have took more advantage of it when we was all hands-on with each other, coming in the game. As we got, as everybody started doing things outside of, the family, it's like we kind of like pulled apart. But then I realized that was always the plan too, because we always said that every man is going to lead his own destiny. And, this is just a platform for everybody to be seen and heard. So nowadays you got that, where you hear from this artist or you hear from that artist out of Wu-Tang. But back then, if we would have just kept that same drive to today, we'd be invincible. We'll really be the Black Beatles, though. You know what I mean? But
that's what you're saying.
We are who we are, though. We definitely, contributed a lot to the game. But for me personally, I just wish we'd had a more stronger appetite, to still be doing it the way we did it then.
I can understand that. I think just the fans and the way people buy music, it's a lot different now. They just want to be entertained by, like the flashy things or whatever, Like when I listen to your music, to the music of people that, think, say, I feel full when I'm done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
I mean, you still got them out there, though, maybe they just waiting for it to come, though, but,
definitely.
Everything is always looked at, everybody has their own little preference of what they like, For us, we grew up more lyrical, more original than a lot of things that's being played now, and, it just seemed like the young cats, they doing their thing now, so we got to pay homage to that, but I don't think really the audience went anywhere. I just think that it's just a lot of us that's just growing up that just really ain't paying attention to the hip-hop the way we used to, you know what I mean? And that comes with, having responsibilities. Some of the cats now might be parents and, got more responsibility, and, they probably just want to have fun, but I think that overall, people still want to hear the real shit, still hear cats like really go for it on that mic the way they used to,
Definitely, man. Now, with you having so much experience, you've worked with pretty much everybody. You've with the top veterans and upcomers as well.
Right.
But you're a deep dude, so I know this ain't it. What would you see yourself doing, with the opportunity that you've earned? Where do you want to take it now?
Well, I still got a heavy passion for writing and, making great music. I still feel like at the end of the day, I still got a lot to give. And, like I said, with me, starting my own label situation and having my own company, it's like I'm learning more about the business and I'm, definitely much more involved with the music side. So I want to keep being able to do this shit for a couple of more rounds. For me, my goals was always to do 50 albums. So I got a lot of work to do, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
And, right now we just in the ground with, making more hot music, Well, I think when I dropped Cuban Linx 2, it allowed me to really recognize my power and recognize how I got to use my hustle to get where I got to go. So I'm just open right now. I feel like a new artist again. I feel like a lot of people is really, respecting everything that I'm doing and how I'm putting my head together to bring a lot of shit to the table. So what else is there for me to do but just get it in? Right now it's about getting it in.
You ever thought about doing some acting or, maybe...
Definitely, definitely that's one of my hobbies outside of, my job. But definitely, though, I would love to do that. I would love to be, acting as well as behind the scenes, too, because if you look at my lyrics and you think about the shit I say, I need to be directing. You know what I mean? It's not a mystery on that. A brother could definitely paint a picture. But, yeah, I think I definitely, it's going to take time when the time is right. I kind of like leave it in the law's hands to let me know when it's time to go to that direction and make that kind of move. But right now it's just about me and my groups that I'm trying to get to the next level. It's about putting it in the right format.
Yeah, for real. I got a couple more questions. I want to know, like, advice you can give just upcoming people in any kind of business, whatever it is, whether it's MC, whether it's producing, whether it's, behind the scenes. What advice would you give to them to stay relevant?
I would just tell them to, keep pursuing your dreams. You know what I mean? Don't never let nobody tell you can't be who you want to be or do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Everything takes hard work, to get great results. But go for your dreams and surround yourself with good people that believe in you and they believe in them. And I think that at the end of the day, you're going to be all right. You know what I mean? One thing I can say for me is, like, if I had the knowledge that I had when we first came in the game, I would be a beast. So I'm sure that people that's coming in, they learn so much about, how the business works and all of that. So I just say, keep your head on your shoulders correctly and walk in and handle your business like you know how to handle it. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to give you nothing. It's all about you going out there and getting it.
That's what's up. That's great advice, man. My last couple questions. Of course, I want to know, is there any particular time in this career that you thought was your lowest that you may not be able to get by, and you overcame it?
That right there varies sometimes because, everybody got their own little problems they got to deal with. You know what I mean? But I think for me, it's like, it's all a part of the balance of life, you know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like you at the top of your game. Sometimes you feel like you don't know where you at, you know what I mean? But for me, it's just about confidence and determination, you know what I mean? Just when things start getting rough, that's when you gotta really stay strong, you know what I mean? So I'm just one of them dudes. I'm a rebel. I'm a warrior. And at the end of the day, it's like we just gotta blend with the times and keep believing in what we could do.
That's what's up. So we're going to look out for CNN, Capone Noriega. We're going to look out for Ice H2O, of course, Raekwon, Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, correct?
No doubt.
All right. That's all day, man. I really appreciate your time. And,
that's what's up, G. Thank you.
Oh, man, thank you. Totally, I couldn't express my gratitude. I'm just trying to do it, with getting it heard. Keep inspiring me, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep inspiring yourself. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, bro.
All right, fam. Peace.
Yeah, all right.